politics with Pam. Hey, I'm telling you, you need a snow bunny. If you guys have never had a snow bunny on your team, you need one. They're fierce. Just make sure it's not directed at you.
Question. Let me ask you a different, what should be a simple truth, not a hard one.
Another one.
Was there massive fraud affecting the result of the 2020 election? Yes or no?
Senator, I'm glad you asked that question. If you'll let me answer what I saw in Pennsylvania.
No, I asked a simple question about massive fraud.
I can only tell you what I saw in Pennsylvania.
I know you want to answer a different question, but my question is, can you tell us whether there was massive fraud affecting the results of the 2020 election? Yes or no? Was there?
I can tell you what I saw when I went.
That's not my question. So you can't answer that question. You can't speak that even easy truth to us, let alone to the president. So let me ask you a different question.
This dude is jumping from question to question without even allowing for her to speak when she asks the question. When you ask the question, you got to let him answer the question, right?
It will also be important that you give good advice to the president. Are you prepared to advise the president not to pardon people who beat police officers?
Oh, God.
Senator, as I said, the pardons are at the direction of the president. We will look and we will advise. I will look at every case on a case. Let me finish on a case-by-case basis. And I abhor violence to police officers.
Follow up with that. So will it be your advice to the president, Mr. President? I know you said you want to issue hundreds of pardons on day one. Will it be your advice to the president? No, Mr. President, I need to go over them on a case-by-case basis. Do not issue blanket pardons. Will that be your advice to the president?
Senator, I have not looked at any of those files. If confirmed, I will look at the files for the pardon as well as the ongoing
review hundreds of cases on day one?
I will look at.
How can you look at hundreds of cases on day one? That doesn't even make sense.
Well, I am
asked. Of course you won't. So will you advise the president? But my question.
I would have plenty of staff. You said, of course you want.
You'll be able to review hundreds of cases.
I'm not going to mislead this body nor you.
Let me ask another question. You don't want to answer that.
You were censured by Congress. It will
also be important for you to be able to preserve the records, the evidence of the department. Are you ready to commit that none of the evidence in the January 6th investigation will be destroyed under your watch?
Senator, I will follow the law. I will consult with ethical officials in the department.
Do you see any ethical basis to destroy evidence in the January 6th investigation? Then why can't you answer the question? Why can't you say, I commit to this committee, we will never destroy the evidence in the January 6th investigation? Why can't you give this committee and the American people that assurance?
Are you frightened because evidence was destroyed against President Trump that was false? Is that why you're frightened now?
Whoa. I like me a snow bunny. Snow bunny is no joke. They don't play no games. They don't answer the questions that you want them to answer. If you want some evidence, all you got to do is go to the family court. Snow bunnies, listen, snow bunnies are no joke. They will do to you worse than you will do to yourself. You ain't seen a snow bunny until you see one in family court. They cry. I can't feed my children on $12 million a month. I'm telling you, get you a snow bunny.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Before I begin, I just want to remind us all for the record that the 34 convictions, not indictments, convictions of let it go, Spud. Well, why don't you fucking tell me that? Should I put $10,000 on?
Richard, do you think you
I just want to be that guy.
Open your eyes. Reality is but an illusion.
I'll support. I'll just go cloak.
We are Cloak and Dagger.
Actually, I'll go Luna. So they ban Luna.
Like the moon.
Obviously, I just scored as I said that, but Frawley.
I'm not gonna vanish from this match.
Open your eyes. Reality is but an illusion.
Where's Lucas? Yeah, so. Can you go there? Yeah, sure. Is it the exact same map?
Magic is not
Yeah,
to be
it is.
embodied, but to be felt, experienced, lived.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
Asgard is not our concern. We should be fighting on Earth. Every battle against Doom matters. You'll find that out when T'Challa. How do you? You can see a lot from the astral plane.
I'm back.
The battle starts in 5.
Okay.
Welcome
back. Thank you. Hey, you guys are on support, bro?
All you need to do is capture the
I'm TPing.
Got it?
I could also, I could support Cal.
Still hide
Oh, no,
themselves behind.
I'm happy to be on the stream. Stop, dude.
It seems we have
Or you, Jeff.
truthfully I stay my own.
Copy, guys.
Leave me, darkness.
Former President, incoming President Trump were by a jury of his peers. Thank you, Ms. Bondi, for being here today, and I too would like to welcome your family and friends who are here. Appreciate the opportunity to meet yesterday to learn about your priorities and discuss a number of issues that are important to me. But I got to tell you, as I reflected on our conversation yesterday and as I've observed the hearing today, I continue to have significant reservations on your ability to function as a truly independent Attorney General for your friend. Let's see, you keep referring to him, your friend, President-elect Trump. So I hope you can address some of these concerns through your responses to my questions here. Now, the first issue area is something that we didn't get a chance to touch on yesterday. So I actually want to follow up on some of Senator Durbin's questions from earlier about the 2020 election. And to be specific, on the day after the 2020 presidential general election, you traveled to Philadelphia to appear alongside President Trump's then attorney, Rudy Giuliani. And together, you falsely asserted that President Trump had, quote, won Pennsylvania in that election. Now, I want to be clear, at that moment, there were still at least 1 million ballots left to be counted in Pennsylvania. Of course, President Biden went on to win the state by more than 80,000 votes. But in the following days, even after the results were clear, you continued to double down on the big lie, promoting falsehoods about election fraud and cheating without offering any actual evidence. And I remember it clearly because I served as California Secretary of State at the time, and I invited anybody associated with the Trump campaign who was making these claims to come forward with evidence of irregularities in the election or massive voter fraud. 4 years later, I still have seen none. So I ask you today, do you have any evidence of election fraud or irregularities in the 2020 election?
So, First Senator.
Yes or no? It's a yes or no question.
First Senator.
Do you have evidence, yes or no?
First Senator. First Senator.
Why are these guys so aggressive in their question? But it's not even the guys, the women are too. Why are they so aggressive in their question? And I don't understand this, but let me continue.
I'm so sorry about the fires to you and Senator Schiff and what you're going through in your states. I have to say that.
I appreciate that.
All
My
of our,
thoughts is
I'll
thinking,
answer
and I
your
want to
question. All
hear
of our
your answer.
hearts go out to everyone in California for what you're facing right now. I'm glad you asked the question about Pennsylvania.
It's a yes or no question. Do you have evidence, yes or no?
Senator, I was hoping you'd ask the question.
Do you have evidence, yes or no?
I traveled to Pennsylvania.
Do you have evidence,
I
yes
traveled,
or no?
Senator, to Pennsylvania.
Okay, you're not answering my question. If you have no evidence to offer, let me ask you this. Will you now retract your previous statements that Trump won Pennsylvania in the 2020 election? Yes or no?
Oh, Senator, I traveled to Pennsylvania, and let me tell you what I saw firsthand.
Yes or no?
I didn't talk about California because I was not in California. I talked about.
Yes or no?
I
That's what I'm
talked
gonna ask.
about. I talked about Pennsylvania because
Mr.
I
Chair,
was there.
I'm going to move on because
Got a
you're clearly not
court
answering my
order
question.
to
And I want to know,
observe.
colleagues, for everybody, members of the committee and everybody watching, that the attorney who's 57, Mr. Giuliani, was making very similar statements. And he has since been disbarred from multiple jurisdictions for making these false claims about the 2020 election in court. And like Mr. Giuliani, as you noted today, you've taken an oath to uphold the Constitution just as an attorney. And now you're asking us to consider you to serve as the chief law enforcement officer in our country. So it's imperative, Ms. Bondi, that you subscribe to facts and evidence and not political opinion, conspiracy theories. Your job will be, your job will be to protect voters and election workers, not to undermine and dox them. Now, I know that earlier you agreed that Joe Biden is in fact president, but maybe the president-elect's interview.
These are not even Senate hearings. This is an opportunity for them to get their rocks off. Hey man, I've been waiting to say this to you for a long time. And so when they ask you these questions are rhetorical. They're not asking a question so that they can get more insight. They're asking a question so that they can answer it themselves and try to make a point. They already have their next talking point before they even ask the question. These Senate hearings are basically a joke. This is not even a real thing. This is just a play. This is just a
spread the good guy about the election. Let's move on to a different topic.
Senator, you were speaking. May I speak? You come
when I'm speaking. I'm okay.
Well,
now, when we met yesterday,
previous one, Senator.
Well, we met yesterday.
You pointed your finger at me and
you
said
did not
you were
seem to be
speaking.
familiar
Let me answer
with
my question. I'm not going to be
the
bullied by you,
clause, the
Senator.
14th Amendment of the United
He said, I'm not about to be bullied by you. I'm not about to be bullied by y'all. I'm not intimidated. I'm a snow bunny. I'm not about to be intimidated. I'm intelligent. I'm smart. I'm going to get this nomination no matter what, regardless of how you feel. You can feel some type of way about it. We can have a conversation, or we can do this that other way. She went Marlowe on it.
United States of America, which was deeply disappointing.
I guess you
Now,
didn't want to
you
hear
weren't
my
familiar
answer
with it
about
today after I gave an opportunity to study overnight. So can you tell me and this committee what the citizenship clause of the 14th Amendment says?
Senator, I'm here to answer your questions. I'm not here to do your homework and study for you.
I told y'all, this is how women talk. You can ask the question if you want to. Ask the question if you want to. Hey, honey, my head is kind of oddly shaped. See what she say. Yeah, you know what? I think I've been losing my mojo lately. You wasn't losing your mojo when you was over there talking to Sheila the other day. Ask the question. Will you renounce the claim that Trump did not lose Pennsylvania? Listen, I'm not here to do your homework for you. You could sit here and try to. I'm not intimidated by you. That's how it works when you got these women that feel overly confident inside of these places. You're not going to knock them down. You can try to have a conversation with them. They'll sit there and listen to you, and then they're going to hit you with that other thing. My head kind of shaking. What do you think that is? When you was arguing with your ex and she slapped you upside it? They'll say anything. They'll just say anything. And they can hit it off the top of the dome right after.
Confirmed.
You're the one asking for a confirmation.
Hey, you cut me off. Can I please finish?
What does the 14th Amendment say?
Senator, the 14th Amendment, we all know, addresses birthright citizenship. I've been a state prosecutor. I've been a state agent.
And they're going to prove to you that they know more than you. You can ask the question if you want to. I'll embarrass you. Okay, you want me to ask the question? I got you.
I look forward to, even given your remarks today, working with you and the people of California if I am confirmed as the 87th Attorney General of the United States of America. I didn't take your homework assignment. I'm sorry. I was preparing for today.
So I'll ask the 14th Amendment. Like,
Hey, you know how a dude know he humbled is when he stopped talking and he lower his voice. I tell people that all the time. Lower your voice and strengthen your argument. Hey. You arguing like a female. Lower your voice, strengthen your argument. Don't be emotional. Let's have a conversation. It didn't go the way that he thought that it was going to go. Shout out to Fanboy. He got some real strength. That's awesome. The board's work. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm. Subscribe to the channel. Chat, cash apps, and we're going to go from there. Why do y'all keep asking me this same question? I use it's called the Anton Daniel streaming platform. That's what it's called. J Ben says, Buddy love his intestinal fortitude. No Diddy. Shout out to J Ben. Kid Chameleon says, will you do to us what we did to Trump? Says Peter Schiff. Says Schiff. We got to read it exactly how y'all typed it. Jeremiah says, what is going on with y'all? It's called the Anton Daniels streaming software. That's what it's called. AR Spinny says, tell Elizabeth Warren to take their mask off. Let me read to y'all a couple other, make sure we got it. Oh, I'm going to talk to R Streets. Shout out to R Streets. Let me give R Streets a round of applause. Shout out to R Streets for holding me down on Venmo. I appreciate everybody that sent anything, that show me love. You guys are the greatest of all. Anyways, let's continue on with the conversation. Bag chasers, don't give them no information about what we do. Bag chasers, don't give them no information about what we do, how we do it, and how we continue on to run it up. All right. Let's continue on with the show. Well, if it ain't no big deal, then y'all shouldn't keep asking about it. Byron Donalds, and they want to get mad. You act like it ain't publicly available. Okay, well then why you keep asking this question? Let's continue on with the show. Byron Donalds is grilling an ex-Biden official. What's his name? O'Malley, ex-Biden official, about undermining Trump prior to him taking office through the Biden administration. Check it out.
All right. Can you please explain the difference between the definitions of telework and remote work?
Yes, remote work is 100% from a different location and can include living entirely thousands of miles away. Telework is having the ability to work anywhere from 1 to 5 days a week at a remote location.
Okay. Can an agency force a federal employee to telework? Like similarly, can an agency force a federal employee to show up for work?
Yes, and we saw that happen during COVID-19. There was forced telework that happened, and they should have the ability to force an employee to show up to work. But when you have problematic components that are baked into the cake for the new administration that prevent, such as deputy commissioners at SSA, from having that authority because of the collective bargaining agreement, that's arguably counter to the law.
Do you feel it's within the purview of the President of the United States to set the work schedule for federal employees across the board?
I do, in particular telework. That's what the Telework Act of 2010 requires.
Ms. Cross, do you agree with that assumption that the President of the United States has the broad authority to set work requirements for federal employees? Well, you can't think about it now, Ms. Cross. We're here. We're on the fly. Do you think it's under the purview of the President to set work requirements?
Byron Donalds is incredibly intelligent. Let me just say that. Byron Donalds is cool, calm, collected, poised, direct, get straight to the business. Preface his argument or preface the questions that he's about to ask somebody else by substantiating his argument. Byron Donalds is the man. He is absolutely the man.
It's for federal employees. Since essentially we, in our system of government, we have a unitary executive, and the President of the United States is the executive branch.
Sure.
Okay. Mr. O'Malley, do you agree with that assessment that the President of the United States has the unilateral authority for setting work requirements for federal employees?
No, under the law, he has the ability, but it's not unilateral. He has to abide by the law. At least in a republic, you abide by the law.
Mr. O'Malley, do you?
So for all of y'all that always say, "No, we live in a democracy," no, we live in a republic governed by the Constitution. We live in a republic. For all of y'all that just have these talking points and you leaning off of something that you heard somebody else say. You even hear a ex-official of the Biden administration slip up and tell you guys that we do not live in a democracy, we live in a republic. Okay? It is governed by the Constitution. Remember that. When somebody is saying that nonsense to y'all, help them to understand, no, this is not a democracy, this is a republic. All right? We vote, but we are governed by the Constitution. The framework by which we live our lives and that affords us freedom, allows for us to be able to advocate for this or that, or to make sure that we preserve our rights, is based off of our constitutional rights. Okay?
The United States is the executive branch.
No, I did it to sustain the big customer service delivery improvements that this greatly depleted agency had made in the course of the year, and to try to staunch the attrition rate and the fact that so many are eligible for retirement. You know, the reduction in staffing is really hurting a lot of seniors in every one of your districts, a lot of people with disability, a lot of our poorest people that are on SSI. I did what I did in order to better serve the American people.
So let's evaluate this, right? Because we have two different arguments, which obviously I'm on the side of Byron Donalds. The Trump administration is saying that we need to do an audit of the federal government because we have so many bloated agencies that are wasting money and stealing money from the American taxpayers and is not adding the services or adding value into society. As a matter of fact, they're just stealing money. What Trump and Elon Musk and Doge and Vivek Ramaswamy are all saying is that we need to not only do an audit, but we need to make sure that these people are not just sleeping every day and that they're here doing their jobs like they're supposed to do. They're being funded by taxpayers. These are not private businesses. And so we need to make them accountable. We need to see what they're doing, and we need them to return back into the office. One of the mandates is that we're going to have people return back into the office. What the Biden administration has done.
Here's how you're going to secretly make more money than anybody you know, and nobody's going to see you working. This secret app's called Super AI Chat. You can literally ask,
as well as Mr. O'Malley here, is undermine what they know the Trump administration is going to do when they get back in office and basically institute different things that prevent that from happening. So essentially, what Byron Donalds is saying is correct. They're saying that they're doing it because they need to preserve integrity and prevent people from being able to walk away and retire through natural attrition, because they will be understaffed to serve the community at large from whatever they doing, Social Security, whatever, right? Here's my question before we even get to the rest of this live stream, before we get to the rest of this question. Here's my question for you guys. Every single day, and I save videos that you guys send of people that say that they cannot get jobs. It is no jobs out here. There's no opportunities. They put in 1,000 resumes. I work in human resources. I'm a this, I'm a that. I can't figure it out. I got laid off. Now I gotta depend on my husband, and I gotta go back to my baby daddy, which it makes a better environment for our children. But at the same time, I want to be an independent woman, and I want to go out here and I want to work for myself and get my own apartment instead of depending on the husband or my baby daddy. I don't want to be with him. I want to break up our family. I see these videos over and over and over and over. And I see people online saying, TikTok not paying out this month. Where's our checks at? TikTok robbed y'all. I see at least 7 videos inside of my email of y'all saying TikTok ain't paying y'all this month. Here's my question. First, is there a disconnect somewhere? Because I'm seeing people saying that there ain't no jobs, and then I'm also seeing that the government is saying that we got all of these positions open that we want to hire people for, and that's why we're not letting them go back into the office, because we got too much attrition and we can't fill these positions. Which one is it? Which one is it? Is there not any positions, and so that's the reason why you're justifying allowing people to work from home, because you're trying to incentivize people to stay with working with the federal government, or is there no jobs? Because from what I'm seeing, it's a silent depression that's going on out here. Let's let them answer the rest.
But when you set this agreement, knowing that the presidential election has already been decided, did you call Mar-a-Lago and
You
say,
ain't like my
what's your
example?
opinion on this?
Oh, no,
No.
wait. Listen. We are a realistic millionaire derailment show. When I give an example or when I illustrate a point, I have to be very, very, very direct. I don't want to just give a hypothetical. I got to give y'all scenarios that's really happening out here. It's women that are mad that they got to go home to their baby daddy and they can't wake up their family. And they mad because they don't have to stay at their home. I rent too high. They're going to move on. They got to go home. First they'll say, I'm going to be homeless. Hey, you guys, can you please send me some money? Oh, my God. My Cash App is in the description. It's so tough out here. And you never see him homeless. You don't never see him in the car.
Hello, bro.
I hate this man.
So far.
I hate this man. And then the kids be in the background be like,
I'm really hurt.
otherwise, I just gotta go based off of what
Bush to the right.
Biden to reach out to President Trump in the matter of months and say, hey, which way do you want the president to be able to administer the employees that are under his purview?
I certainly do not. I worked for President Biden. He appointed me, and I was confirmed in a lopsided bipartisan margin by the Senate. And I executed the duties that I had at Social Security to better serve senior citizens, better serve people on SSIs, and people with disabilities.
My counter argument to you, Mr. O'Malley, is that whether it's whatever president we're talking about, they all have the same duty to serve the seniors who were promised something on Social Security, and that mission is going to be executed regardless of party, regardless of president. And so what you did was to essentially do a workaround of the incoming administration. But I'm going to come back to later. You stated earlier in your testimony about we do have an issue with some of the federal employees who are doing work, union work, on federal government time. Can you expound on that?
Yes, unfortunately, we don't have any more data on that because the Biden administration stopped collecting that.
This is one of the most corrupt administrations that we've ever seen in our entire life. This is one of the most corrupt administrations that we've ever seen in our entire life. They are so dirty, so evil. Somebody asked a question earlier in the live stream saying, is it fair to say that this Biden administration guy, this administration has Joe and the administration of Scott Harris, is it fair to say that he's one of the worst presidents in our lifetime? let alone of all time. We're gonna evaluate that next week once he's officially gone. That's a part of one of the shows that we're looking at.
But if you use what the Obama administration, those figures, and convert them to today's salaries, taxpayers are paying over $300 million per year to pay federal employees to step away from the jobs they're hired for and to instead go do union work on taxpayers.
Mr. Chairman, if you'll oblige,
We don't even have the most updated figures because the Biden administration that's collecting that data.
is some of the do you have an idea of some of the on federal government for the union that they're a part of?
It could include negotiations, it could include lobbying Congress, it could include helping employees to file grievances or unfair labor practices if they have their telework policies taken away from them.
Mr. Chairman, I would hope that it's in the interest of this committee, frankly, of the United States going forward, that we find out exactly what work is being done while the employees are being paid by the federal government that is not within the purpose of the job that they were hired to perform.
I agree. There's too many people that get paid for too many things that don't even have to do with the job that they're entitled to. Shout out to Ryan McDonald because we got to get him just for the cook. Cook session in place.
Come on,
I'm going to
man.
get to this last part of the show before I do this super chat.
I'm like, too bad.
I would have told the senator to go eat. Can't tell the senator that. Jay Penn says, y'all ain't never seen Clay Davis? Jay Ben says, your head hot shit because your mama was busy squeezing when she should have been pushing.
You guys are too bad.
That's a good one. Don't get the dumb on ammunition. JC says, so Anton, you gonna act like you don't know that Flat Earth, Lord Jamar got his A handed to him by Professor Dave the other day. I don't know anything about it.
What you doing?
Only thing I know about is what I'm doing here with y'all. Listen, if it ain't on the Millionaire Morning Show, if it don't have nothing to do with the Anti-Daniels channel, if you don't see it on After Hours, we discussing it with my comrade, or
Go.
That's the goal. Did that video yesterday? I don't see it. You guys don't send it to me in email. If we don't talk about it on one of these platforms,
That company.
I don't see it. I don't see it. All I see is what we talking about on these platforms. That's all I see. All of that other junk.
Come on, I got one over here. He's in the building.
Send it to me.
You don't want to come out.
Right. Lord Jamar. I gotta write everything down. I'm one of those type. What's the guy's name? The baby?
Come on, he in the building. He's sitting.
Professor Dave.
I thought you were trying to go over there.
What was the debate about, y'all? Work from home is the future depending on the role in the industry. Infrastructure taxpayers fund is there to support that.
Yeah.
Obviously, the opposite to protect their bottom dollar. All right, so let me address this. Thank you, Will Jones, for the super chat option. Let me tell you what the future is going to be.
Yeah.
The future for the people that are highly paid, for the people that are incredibly productive, it's not.
Keep going. Keep going. He's still here.
The future is to be malleable.
That's good.
Y'all ain't heard this one because it's so rich. So if we can't analyze it, a lot of times we'll say either you're gonna work from home, or you're gonna be some kind of hybrid remote worker, or you're gonna be, when you go in half of the time, 2 days in the office, 3 days out of office, or if you're going to in the office full time or whatever. Let me tell you that the future is for you to be malleable. Let me mainly mean that it's not even available for work from home or
Keep driving.
in corporate America and in real life. When I ask for people's availability, I want people to be like, the answer I'm looking for, the most ideal candidate, is a person that
Use the car, dude.
It's because I will never say you have to be in the office or work from home. My expectation is
Use the car, dude. Is how I use the car.
my expectation is for you to be in the
See how I use the car? See how I use the car? Goodness.
As long as you are doing the best thing for the company and for yourself. I don't want you taking advantage of us. None of the people that work for me have a PTO package. We don't need that structure, right? Because rules and structure a lot of times are for people that cannot do things the right way and don't understand the culture in which they work.
Let's go.
We don't care.
Come on.
You can take as many
Dead
days
weight.
off as you want, as long as it makes sense
Come
and it's
on.
not affecting what we got going on. Let us know ahead
Look,
of
give me that gun. Give me that blue gun.
Hey, you about to go party?
What?
No excuse. You ain't got to lie to us.
Give me that blue gun fast.
None of that.
I don't need that blue gun. I already got two.
I just want to make sure that
That only got, I only got one bullet.
you're taking care of business.
Let's go.
I want you to have fun. I want
You can't be joking right now. I mean,
I'm not to babysit
you
you.
can't be joking.
Last thing I want to do is to have a human resources department
What's
to
it?
babysit you because
What's
you did
it?
what you're supposed to do.
Man, let's go.
Look, I'm driving this time, bro. I'm driving this time.
You can't drive.
Building houses. You know what they do? Go and check on the house, go and check on the property, work with the
Get
contractor.
ready.
Sometimes they gotta be there every day because they dealing with a certain process.
Got it. Get him.
Be there. Inspectors there, show up. Most days they don't have to be there. They just got to turn it in today. You don't put up.
That's one down.
Be on the job today. Work from home 3-4 days.
Good job.
Sometimes they gotta be there every day. Sometimes they don't have to be there for 2 or 3 weeks, depending on what they're doing. And they grinding hard at home just as much as they grinding on the road. But the greatest
Let's
people
keep
to
it
hire
moving.
are the people that are malleable and actually do their
Sunday,
job.
yeah.
They don't need to be
I
babysat.
love you.
Hey, listen, if you could go over there and you can take
Why
care
you
of
pull the car like that?
like that CPS, as long as you know what I'm saying?
Hold on. Get that little energy. I need it. I'm
Go and
hurting.
do what you can or whatever. Hey, we're not doing nothing over here. The weather's kind of messed up. Do what you got. I'm not about to babysit you. But show up and do your job to the best of its ability. And don't take advantage of it.
Come on. Not mutual.
Don't take advantage of me.
Man, you can't drive, bro.
I want you to take care of business. And I want us to make a whole lot of money.
Who is that playing this game?
All right, nobody can get in touch with something. Now I'm upset. Now I'm bothered. Now I start to get a little bit aggravated.
Got one behind you. Don't worry, I got him.
You don't have no car.
And they're actually right.
Get the sword if you
Oh, that's the
want.
next one.
You got another one coming. Good shot.
Damn. That was easy.
They do their job.
Too easy.
Ooh.
And those are the ones that get all the even within my household.
I'm keeping this. I'm keeping this forever.
The rule has always been there are no rules.
Let's go. Come on.
In my household is that there
Come
are
on.
no rules.
Come on, let's go get another car.
Y'all always got these nice guns.
Bedtime.
Nice guns don't mean nothing if you can't finish the game.
No, turn around.
I'm gonna get another car, dude. Relax. Panic zone.
Smart enough and mature enough to think reasonably, and if she starts to have a question of whether or not it makes sense, she'll call me and say, "Hey, Dad."
See how that look?
Hey.
Relax.
She's never been out super late. Anytime that she's thinking that she's going to play,
Dude, relax.
Yo, come here, what you doing?
You're a little crybaby, I see.
No, you just doing too much, bro. I can't believe what you're doing.
Okay.
limits on
I can't see.
the expectations. Why? Expectations your common sense. Expectations mature.
I'll tell you when it's time to use that.
Now we gotta start with rules on it.
I can't be talking.
When I was growing up,
Okay.
my mom, my dad, they never said, "Hey, you gotta do this or you gotta do that." A mature and individual. Take care of business, on top of things. You gotta be babysat. Hey, we were proactive. Hey, you over here, whatever. Is that cool?
Game time.
We make sure we get all of our chores done before we leave the house because if we do this,
Game time. You're under here.
Hey, let's like the vote. And I take that same approach when it comes to hiring. I don't chase people. Even when it comes to streaming, for example.
You see?
Hey, listen, I'm not gonna be there today. Point to like, hey man, I gotta go watch football. So we can say, hey, now you got I just expect for when we
Stop it!
show and value.
Dude, shut up.
Babysit people.
Yo, get the gun.
Say, hey, y'all gonna be on the stream tonight?
My gun.
That's what it is. We take care of it.
No.
Thanks. You don't tell me 2 or 3
You want it? You want it? Search if you want it.
No.
2 weeks from now, do you want me to get the people
Let's go.
together?
You can't get it, Brian. It's a nice gun too. It's a nice gun.
We all adults with maturity with our shows and with our companies and our business and we take care of it. Rita, she don't have to do the job trying to take care of that. She just no. And she be calling me like, hey, this is scheduled, this is taken care of, this is taken care of. Okay, listen, I gotta go, I gotta go, I gotta massage.
Oh, let's see how to test the gun. Because I never used it before. This is my first time using this gun.
We're gonna get that truck. We're gonna get in the truck. We're gonna get in the truck.
It's mine.
Come on.
Alright, cool.
Bro, what? I don't know how to stick that, but is it the power?
Might have a doctor's appointment. I'll be sitting there like, hey, I don't have to do that because there's never been a conversation. Person, in that way, you have the freedom because I trust you. If I trust you as an employee, if I trust you as my daughter, if I trust you as the women that's around me, you don't have rules. You don't have limits of what you can and can't buy. You don't have limits of where you can and can't go. We don't have no problem.
It's a nasty truck.
I need to pay for this trip, or I need to pay for she got her own. My daughter got the same card in her Apple Pay as I got in mine. The Sapphire, the Bond Boys, all of that stuff. She just paid for her own taekwondo, she paid for her own trip, she paid for her own flights, all of her own stuff. I'm not babysitting her. My daughter caught a flight on a whole other flight.
We gotta do this. We good.
I'm not babysitting her. That's not bad. You better grow up. Okay, listen, I just want to make my life different. See, that hurts me. I want to make my life different. I got to sit there and babysit you. You can't grow up. You can't get your life together. See, no, babysit you. Not babysit you. But I'm supposed to babysit you on the job because you can't do what you're supposed to do. And I'm paying you. That's what you talk to people. You got an organic. You got a vetting a person that works with you. Meaning a person that you're supposed to get in a relationship.
Come in. It's like big class.
A person that you work with is very similar to vetting a person.
That's why you use the bank.
That's
why you use a truck.
I don't stream with nobody that I ain't with in real life. That I have a kid with. And then we
What you gonna get? Let's get out of here.
We've known each other since like 2017, 18, 19. We was hanging out in Cleveland at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and hanging out and all that. Before y'all ever even knew Slick, me and Slick was cool.
Yo.
You go. I know where I'm going.
Yo, that's Emo.
You, we, Airbnb and all. We be gone. We be in places y'all don't even know we're in the same place at. Everybody that I stream, I know. Everybody that I work with, they my people in real life.
Got company coming off the mountain.
Well, let's go kill these suckers, bro.
Person interaction.
We're the king.
Real life. That's why everybody that's around me, we know each other. We've been kicking it with each other for a long time. They add value into my life. I add value into others. Into their life. Y'all just rock out. Y'all ready.
You should be getting them. You should be getting them.
Hanging out. Interacting in real life.
Got one. Got the other one. See how that truck do business? Got him again.
Hold on, kill him. Hold on, kill him.
Ain't nobody care about that. Let's go.
When you talk about the chick that you in a relationship with, you're talking about the person that you about to do business with.
Let's get away from the train.
Why do I want to get on the train?
For actually somebody come to us and try to kill us.
It don't mean you're a bad person.
First, they got to get in the car.
Somebody's over there.
You're not a
Let's
bad
get there.
person.
I can see somebody right there in front of us, right in my face.
I need people that's loyal. I need people that's more money I make, bigger your bonus.
Got him.
You know what I'm saying? If I got a baby, I gotta pay you now.
I don't see him. I lost him.
I'm looking for that.
Get behind us.
The minute that I see people ain't doing what they're supposed to do, we not a cultural thing. I got a cultural thing.
Invisible.
If you're not
Good shot. They invisible. Run. Look at him.
No, stay with team, bro. Stay with team.